I'm interested. I'm interested to see. What are some of the latest trade rumors? I mean, it's crazy that this is right around the corner. We're like a month away from shit getting crazy. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I think this would be a crazy offseason or not. Because on one hand, there's a world where Giannis gets traded and KD gets traded, and it is kind of like this crazy player movement. There are teams that feel so desperate that to either save money that they're pawning off guys, teams that feel so desperate we have to capitalize on this window right now that they're trading for guys. Or there's a world where teams are so fucking scared of the aprons that it's kind of a quiet offseason. That's kind of where I'm at. That's what we said, the deadline. I know, that's true. That's true. We've said that for a while now, where it's like teams might be scared of this apron, but player movement's just been crazy for like the last 2 years. Every transaction window, trade deadline and off seasons, usually always crazy. Let's see. Jrue Holiday should interest several contenders if the Celtics make him available. Sell-ish version of Holiday only makes sense for a handful of teams. So I'll go as far as to say, Jrue Holiday, $32 million, and is under contract, I think, for the next 3 or 4 years. Owed $104 million over the next 3 years with a player option on that final year. I'll go as far as to say, I can't imagine a world in which Jrue Holiday is a positive asset. I can't imagine a world in which the Celtics are able to actually like get real legitimate return for Jrue. Are there teams out there that could use a Jrue Holiday? Yes. If this were Jrue Holiday from a few years ago, would I be on my hands and knees begging the Mavericks to get him? Yes, absolutely. No two ways around it. Now, I'm just not so sure. Now, I tweeted out that I just can't shake this sort of sinking feeling I get from time to time that I think Drew's going to end up on the Mavs. There's a trade that I concocted that I'm interested to hear y'all's opinion on. Now, the Mavs themselves are in this weird, interesting predicament where they need to save money to not be a second apron team. They need to get off some contracts. They have this kind of strange predicament where they landed the number 1 overall pick. You kind of are going to have a log jam in your front court. You have 2 players who are contract extension eligible this summer, who are going to be entering their last year, who make things a little bit complicated for you. I concocted this type of trade. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. I wouldn't want to do this, to be clear. PJ and Gafford in a multi-team trade where the Hawks, who have a trade exception because of the DeJounte Murray trade, they're in the market for a center. I asked some Hawks fans I know about this, and they said, yeah, why not? They're in the market for a center. Capella's probably gone. Okongwu's just short. The Hawks have 2 first-round picks in this draft. 22nd overall pick to the Mavs. So you're getting 22nd overall pick in this year's draft for Gafford. PJ goes to the Celtics. You're getting Jrue in return and a first-round pick from Boston in return. The Nets are in there just to take on some salary. This is like the only scenario where Jrue ends up on your team where I'm not disgusted, probably. You're getting 2 first-round picks in this trade. You're getting under some money. The Celtics are saving $1 trillion fucking dollars. Would the Celtics want to pay PJ? That becomes a problem, but you are getting off of the Jrue money. You're taking a salary that's more than half of it, more than half of it in return. But the thing is I still don't even think I would do this, to be honest with you. Like, I know the picks are enticing, but PJ and Gafford are legit rotation players. I'm getting off of those 2 guys. Like, legit good rotation players for one shitty first-round pick this year and what will probably be a shitty first-round pick from the Celtics. And I'm getting an old Jrue Holiday that I have to be paying $30 million for the next 3 years. Like, I don't think I'd want to do this. Sade is your resident C's fan. Let me pitch this. D. White for PJ, Max Hardy, Lakers 29 and Mavs 31 first. I just don't. I'm as much as I love Derrick White, and I do love Derrick White. I think that's fair value. I want to say this, Mason. I think that's fair value for Derrick White. Absolutely. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't think the Mavs are in a position to make a trade like that. Would be my stance. I think that's 100% fair value for him. I don't know if I could cough that up if I'm the Mavs for D White. The Hawks front court next season should be Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, and Nance. Should they spend a first on another center? I think there's value in getting a center if you're the Hawks. A legit rim running center. We know how good those can be next to Trey. I like Okongwu, and there were stretches of Okongwu when Capella was hurt or out the rotation last year where he looked good as a center. He's just too small, and I think we've seen enough that I'm not uber confident he can be your go-to reliable starting center. Okay. So I think Gafford makes a lot of sense actually for the Hawks. Now, where are the Hawks in the draft? I guess this would depend on what the Hawks do in the draft, because 14th. Oh, okay. I was thinking, what if they get that center from Duke? That probably changes the dynamic for them quite a bit. I think that'd be a great fit for them. But I don't know how they get there. This is a trade right here where it's just like, I wouldn't do it because the Jrue money scares me out, and I don't think Jrue was not very good this year. So I think that it's kind of like the end of the discussion for me. If Jrue was making $15 million, different conversation. I feel like we don't even need to talk about trading PJ. We can absolutely get a decent guard for Gaff, Hardy, Martin picks. I think you lose too much with PJ. No, I think I agree with you. But this is the only scenario where in a potential Jrue trade, because I think the Mavs names will be linked to Jrue. I do think that they will be. Where you're saving money, you're getting picks in return. I think the Celtics would say yes to this. The Celtics, I think, say yes. This is one of the only trades I can think of where either A, you're not robbing the Celtics blind, or B, the Celtics aren't robbing you blind. I don't know. Why can't we just trade for a Lonzo rental and call it a day? I mean, they just extended Lonzo. I'm not. Anytime a team just extends a guy, I'm a little bit iffy on if they'll trade him for like pennies, because I'm not trading a lot for Lonzo. If I'm trading for Lonzo, I'm trading nothing for him. I'm giving up almost nothing of value for him. Because why the fuck would I? Then if I'm the Bulls, I'm like, well, I mean, we'd rather just have him than give him away for nothing. Spurs not expected to trade number 2 overall pick for a star. The Spurs can still be patient with such a young core. I think if a Giannis opportunity presents itself for the Spurs, they should do it. Would be my assumption. Would be my guess. Any other players for the Spurs that you think they could realistically get that would make a trading the number 2 overall pick make sense? Jaylen Brown. Okay. I've thought about this a little bit. Is Jaylen Brown worth the 2nd overall pick in the draft? In a draft where like the top 2 guys are supposed to be like franchise altering star level players. I agree. I'm not. If it was a 3rd overall pick, that's a different conversation. I would not do that if I'm the Spurs. I wouldn't do that if I'm San Antonio. I'm not close enough. I like Jaylen Brown. I think he's a great player, and that would be interesting on the Spurs. Now, our Celtics fans in the chat, how do you guys feel about that? Would you trade Jaylen Brown for the 2nd overall pick? Yeah, I think Celtics fans would be all over that. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good team. Fox, Brown, Wemby, that's nice. But I think Dylan Harper's going to be that guy. So I'm 100% taking Dylan Harper unless the Giannis stuff is real. And in that case, I really have to think about it. Scoot was supposed to be a franchise-altering guy. That's true. That's a good point. But I guess the thing is, though, for me, is there's no rush for the Spurs. There's really no need. And it's not like the Giannis thing is different. I would do the Giannis thing if I were them. I just would. Like, I get a chance to bring in the second best player in the league. But Jaylen Brown is like, okay, I mean, there's a rush for every team to contend. Not when you have the second overall pick. Not when you have the second overall pick, I don't think. And the Fox trade is different because they didn't give up much of anything at all to bring him in. And I don't like. I'm sure they're happy to have Fox, but I guarantee you they would trade Fox in the right package. Maybe not now, but down the line. The Spurs will be expensive in a couple years. Well, that's why having a guy like Dylan Harper will be nice. Having the second overall pick, a young rookie who's on a rookie scale contract. Warriors very interested in bringing Jonathan Kuminga back. Why the fuck? Are we going to do this song and dance again? I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this saga. We value Jonathan Kuminga, Warriors general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. said. I think he had a resilient season as far as bringing him back next season. I think it's something we're very interested in doing because when I look at the things Jonathan Kuminga does well in terms of getting to the rim, finishing, getting fouled, these are things we greatly need. We know we can bring those to the table. It's not hypothetical. I'm not doing this song and dance with them again. Like, I'm just get rid of them, man. You guys don't like them. Okay, it is what it is. And obviously the Warriors have restricted free agency. The Warriors obviously should be wanting to be like, no, we want to keep them. Strictly business. Nets, Paul George plus pick 3 plus Lakers 29. Mavs, Oubre plus pick 8. Sixers, Cam Johnson, Claxton, PJ. Let's get Oubre in the 8th overall pick for PJ? 8th overall pick for PJ Washington? I mean, I'd listen to that. The Sixers would tell you to fuck yourself. Wait, I'm just now seeing this. Sixers are trading away. I guess they're getting off the Paul George contract, but the 3rd overall pick for Cam Johnson, Claxton, and PJ. I mean, those are good players, but LaMelo Ball will be traded to the Clippers per Lonzo Ball. Wait, what? NBA trade rumors can come from anywhere, although we rarely get them from a sibling of a player. Wait, what? I low-key got Dylan Harper going to the Hornets and I got Melo going to the Clips, Lonzo said on his What an Experience podcast. How does that work? In what world does that work? Lonzo was joking. I was just, how do the Hornets land Harper? Lonzo or LaMelo to the Clippers. What does that even look like? Like, what the hell does that even look like? Sixers could trade number 3 pick Paul George for Kevin Durant or Larry Markkanen. Okay, so sell. The Sixers making such a foolish move, we hope. Some teams expect the Sixers to be active in trade conversations with names such as Kevin Durant and Larry Markkanen as potential trade targets and packages that can include Paul George, the number 3 overall pick. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit. I think that there's some world in which this makes sense to me. Now, look at all the Mavs in here. Gafford, PJ, hell yeah. Let's see all the PJ trades. Let's look at some of the PJ trades. Big trade idea. Oh, fuck yeah. Dwight Powell and the Nets. Mavs trading Gafford, PJ. All right. Mavs trade Gafford, PJ to the Celtics, and Dwight Powell to the Nets, and they're just getting Jrue in return. Oh, my God. Now, not only do the Mavs say no, the Mavs tell you to go and fuck yourself. All right. Oh, this is good. Oh, flag to Atlanta. Oh, hell yeah. With Kyrie going to the Lakers. Oh, hell yeah. Kyrie and Klay to the Lakers, along with the Mavs 2029 first round pick that they got from the Lakers. Gafford, PJ, Maxey, Najee Marshall, and the first overall pick to Atlanta for Trae Young. Wow, look at this trade. So the Mavs are trading Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, a future first, Gafford, PJ, Najee Marshall, and the first overall pick for Trae Young, Rui Hachimura, Dorian Finney-Smith, Austin Reeves, and Dalton Connect. Folks, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Robert Williams trade up for PJ Washington. Why would the Mavs do that? Fox to the Mavs. Fox, Devin Vassell, and a future first to the Mavs. Okay. Oh my God. What the fuck? Man, what are these? Like, what is going on here? The Spurs get Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively. The Sixers are getting. What? This is one of the worst trades I've ever seen. Jrue to Dallas. Let's see a Jrue to Dallas trade. Mavs give up PJ, Hardy, and Gafford, and their only return is Jrue. I mean, they're going to get more than that. Lakers get Gafford for a future first. What exactly is the Wizards' involvement here? And why the fuck are they getting a future first? Well, what am I missing here? What are the Wizards doing to land a first-round pick in this trade? If I'm the Mavs, I'm saying, what? Why exactly am I not getting a pick in this? Dallas-Denver trade. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, great. The Mavs get Michael Porter Jr. for Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington. Oh, boy. That's fantastic. Man, Fanspo is on fire today. Let me tell you what. Oh, Cooper to the Knicks. Oh, hell yeah. Jalen Brunson back to the Mavs. Klay, Gafford, PJ Martin, and the first overall pick to the Knicks. Oh... Knicks, you want to know what's funny about that? I think both fan bases would hate that. Oh, Nico strikes back. Oh, boy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. First overall pick to the Sixers for Joel Embiid. And the third overall pick. Oh, and 2 future firsts. Oh, my God. The whole team gets traded. PJ, Dwight Powell, Klay, Gafford, Caleb Martin, and Jaden Hardy all traded. Oh my God. I love this shit. I really do. I'm happy. I'm happy to be on this. I can't believe I'm saying that. Mavs stand on the second apron to get a point guard until Kyrie is back. So the Mavs are Lakers get Claxton and PJ. Oh my God. So the Mavs are getting Mavs are getting Gabe Vincent and Shake Milton, and they're giving up Gafford and PJ. I mean, what the fuck are these guys thinking? I mean, the Mavs do save $14 million. If anyone asks why the Mavs do that, it's in the description, but you have to take into account that the apron is ultra restrictive and they won't want to be over it. They can get under it easier than this. Yeah, they can easily get out of that apron. I just love now the Mavs are just everyone's punching bag, and it's just super easy to be like, yeah, the Mavs get fucked in this trade, but that's what we expect from here on out. Nets go number 3. Mavs are getting DeJounte Murray. Dwight Powell, Gafford, PJ, and Hardy for DeJounte. That would make me want to rip my hair out, man. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. I don't want to do the DeJounte Murray experience. I don't want to do the DeJounte Murray experience. So the Nets get the number 3 overall pick. And the Sixers, I mean, this feels like a great trade for the Sixers, no? And this feels like an unbelievable trade for the Sixers. They get off the Paul George contract. They move down 5 spots in the draft, but they're getting Cam Johnson, Gafford, and PJ. I mean, that's an unbelievable trade for them. The Nets are getting fucked here, I think, unless they love someone 3rd overall. Pelicans are getting Claxton and Dwight Powell for DeJounte. That feels good for them. Nets are getting fucked here. I don't think the Mavericks would do this. Nets are saying no. Sixers, though, are saying yes. 3 teams swap to retool Lakers and Mavs roster. Mavericks get Jakob Poeltl and Austin Reeves. Lakers get Gafford and a first-round pick swap from the Mavs. Raptors get PJ and Caleb Martin. Or the Raptors don't want to be taking on any more money, I don't think. This one, I see the vision on this one, actually. If I'm being honest with you, I actually see the vision here. I don't think the Raptors do it, though. The Raptors say no. I'm not sure the Mavs say no. The Mavs probably say yes, if I'm being honest. Gafford and PJ for Reeves. Is Poeltl that good, or am I faded? No, Poeltl's pretty good. Washington moves up. Dallas gets number 6. Mavs get Marcus Smart and the 6th overall pick. For Gafford and PJ? Yep. Yep. Sign me off. Wait, let me dissect this. There's some layers to this. This trade's actually kind of interesting. Whoever made this did some research, and I think thought this out pretty well. So the Sixers, the only thing here is it depends on how the Sixers feel about the pick. If the Sixers feel like we don't love a guy at number 3, like we don't love Ace Bailey, we don't love anyone else, we don't love VJ Edgecombe, like we don't know, like we're not super sold on any of these guys. You get off the Paul George contract, 18th pick in the draft, so you still have a first. Gafford, PJ, Kispert, and Rashawn Holmes. I don't think the Sixers do this, is the thing. I don't think the Sixers do this. For the Wizards, you're basically trading Smart's contract, you're cool trading. Rashawn's contract, you're cool trading. I'm not sure how they value Kispert, but I think you're probably cool getting off that money. 18th and 6th overall pick to move up to 3. So the Wizards would have to love someone 3rd overall. And maybe it's not Ace Bailey, but maybe it's someone that's like, we love him, we know he's in this group, we want to get him. So you're moving up a few spots. And the Mavs are getting the 6th overall pick here. I mean, the Mavs say yes, absolutely to this. I don't think the Sixers do. And I'm not sure the Wizards do. The Mavs do. The Mavs say yes. Celtics get cheaper. Mavs trade Dwight Powell, Gafford, and PJ for Jrue. The Mavs are getting more hurt value for that. I'm just telling you. And the Magic are just taking on these dog shit contracts just for fun. Or the Nets, I meant, are just taking on $32 million of shit contracts just for the fuck of it. Maxey back to the Mavs. Let's go. Gafford and PJ to the Lakers for Maxey, Dalton Connect, and Jared Vanderbilt. Hell yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, Lakers. Lake Show. Lakers get Nimhard, Gafford, PJ, and Obi Toppin. Lake Show. Oh, and they're bringing in Steven Adams. I mean, to be fair, they are giving up Reeves in this deal. Lake Show, baby. How about this one? 20-team trade. Derrick White ending up on the Mavs. Mavs get Derrick White. Lakers get Gafford. Grizzlies get PJ. Celtics get Brandon Clark, Dalton Connect, and a future first. Nets get Kleba, Conchar, and a future first. Yeah. Send this into the league. Send this one in. Send this one into the league, baby. Celtics absolutely getting cooked. And what are so the Nets are just getting a first round pick for their troubles. Grizzlies get PJ. I like that for them. Lakers get Gafford and only give up Connect, a future first, and Kleba. Celtics tell you to go and fuck yourself, though. I mean, send that to the league if I'm the Mavs. Road to the title for the Mavs. Hell yeah. Clay, Gafford, PJ, Caleb Martin, and a future first for LeBron and Bronny. Oh, let's go. Why did we come over here in the first place? There was a trade I wanted to make. Oh, yeah, the Sixers trades. I think there's like... I mean, this makes some sense to me in my head. I go back and forth on this specific trade. The Suns absolutely say yes to this. No two ways around it. Is this where the Sixers are at? Like, do you think the Sixers are in this mode? It matters how much they love Ace Bailey, but even if they don't like Ace Bailey, like they could trade the third overall pick for a lot of shit. Do they want like a Kevin Durant return? Do they want more role players? Or do they want to go youth? Suns having the two worst contracts in the league would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Now do some trades pretending Luka's still a Mav and Kyrie's healthy. No, that's too difficult to even think about. What are some other third overall picks? Larry Markkanen. I can't even click on the fucking Jazz because of these ads, man. Lowry to the Sixers for Paul George in the 3rd overall pick. No, no. No. Now maybe is there a Lowry in the 5th pick for Paul George in the 3rd pick? That sounds too rich. Jazz definitely say no. Lowry's played the 15th most games in NBA history without making the playoffs. That's actually kind of crazy. What's the chance Paul George just had one bad season? If he was 28, I would be like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, but the Lowry games played thing is like, how much of that is the Jazz have just been shamelessly tanking forever? As long as PG keeps a podcast side hustle, he'll be full of himself. It depends. Like a team has to fall in love with somebody outside of the top 2. So a team has to fall in love with Ace Bailey or Edgecombe or Johnson. Like somebody's gonna have to fall in love with one of those kids and be like, we need them, and we'll trade up to number 3 to get them. So if the Jazz say, you know what, we fucking love Ace Bailey, like we want him on our team. That's like a missing piece for us. We need him. Or we love VJ. We love one of these guys. We got to go up and get them. Then some of these become interesting. I'm not so sure that's going to be what happens though. You know? Like I love Ace Bailey. I love VJ Edgecombe. I love Jeremiah Fears. I love Trey Johnson. Ainge is looking for a generational haul for Lowry like he got for Mitchell and Gobert. Yeah, well, you're not getting that. So, best of luck.